Hello everyone, welcome back to our rural marketing class. In the last class, we have discussed, that means actually we started the discussion about marketing of services. So once let us recall before going to the new topic in marketing of services, what we have discussed in the last class. The concept of marketing services was discussed, and who are the major players in marketing of services. That means actually what are the major services that are marketed in India, right? So savings and investment services, marketing of credit service are coming under financial services, and other than this, insurance services and cellular services, and there are many other like DTH providers and entertainment providers are there. Like cinema industry is also a big service industry, and there are many other kind of hospitalization. That means healthcare services are there. Such kind of services are there. But we have started this discussion, and we discussed about savings and investment services, who are the major players, and what are the what is the behavior of savings or investment user, that we have discussed. And we have discussed about opportunities in savings and investment, and what are the strategies used by various banks in this savings and investment marketing, right? In the marketing, what are the strategies used by various banks that we have discussed. So till here we discussed in the last class. So let us start the new topic, that is marketing of credit services. Marketing of credit services, wasn't it discussed in the last class? No, right? Okay, let us start with this. Credit services, what is it? No, especially we are talking from the point of rural areas. So what are the basic needs for credit in rural areas? What makes the rural people to actually buy these credits or to take the loans? So that we will start with the credit needs for rural people. So there are majorly two kinds of needs for the rural people: occupational needs and household needs. So sorry, the occupational needs. What are the occupations involved in rural areas? Agriculture is not only the occupation which is involved in the rural areas. Apart from agriculture, also there are many other occupations also, like for example, animal husbandry and poultry, even cottage industry is there. So many such kind of occupations are there. So whatever the occupation, sometimes it requires the amount or money or funds to carry out their production activities. So the rural people, they also require for purchasing some other important tools which are used in these occupational patterns, like you know maybe the raw material, maybe the seeds, or maybe some vehicles which are used in various occupations. Like if it comes to agriculture, tractors are required, and many harvesters, like harvesting machines are required, and many kinds of machinery is also required to do agriculture. So such, in order to buy, and for spraying the pesticides also, some kind of machinery is required. So in order to do all these things, the machinery is necessary. So the people may require these funds to buy those tools which are required in the occupations. So the requirements, what we can say is the occupational requirements can be categorized into two categories, right? the occupational needs we are categorizing into two categories, two different types. What are they? One is the capital, and another one is working capital. That means another one, first one is to for long term investment. What is the first one? That what is the first one? Capital. And what is the second one? Working capital is for what? In order to do the day to day processes, right? So in that way, the occupational needs sometimes make the rural people to take loans. And another thing is household needs. Credit is necessary for the rural people, not only for the occupational needs but also for some household needs. Like, what are the things that makes the rural people to borrow the money? Not only the rural people, even the urban people also, but majorly here we are talking about the rural people. So apart from occupational needs, there are some household needs, like children's education, or maybe children's marriage, or maybe to perform some occupational ceremonies, like occasions like festivals. Such kind of household needs also make the rural people to take loans. And if you observe the credit payment behavior of rural people, one second, I'll come back. So we are credit payment behavior. If you observe the payment behavior of rural people, when do they pay? Usually they pay at the time when do they get the crops. Usually this is the right time for going for payment to the rural people, because whoever those people who are actually working other than agricultural sector also, they do get the money from the farmers at this time. So usually they will be able to pay the credits also at the time when the agricultural crops will be harvested and bought by various buyers. So, and you know rural folk are more community oriented, and the rural people spend a lot of money and a lot of time interacting with the other people in these rural folks. And there are many other kind of some occasions also. Then such when the mass gatherings happen, at this moment also usually the people pay the money, because they do not want any kind of wrong behavior from the companies. So at this time usually they will be able to pay the money. And the company gets 75% of its payment in cash and has less than 1% rate of you know bad debts from the rural people, from the rural areas, according to various surveys by actually this survey was done by Dhruv Talwar of Mahindra Financial Company. So whatever, like, this is the way, like, we can understand the rural people in order to get back the money from rural areas. And if you go for credit instruments and intermediaries, what are the credit instruments are available and what are the intermediaries that are serving these credits? Microfinance is one instrument which avail the credits to the rural people. Microcredit sometimes is also called as microfinance, but both are synonyms. Okay. So what it is actually, it is the provision of thrift, credit, and other financial services of very small amounts to the poor in rural, semi-urban, and urban areas to enable them to raise their income levels and improve their living standards. Right? So to improve their living standards and to raise their income levels, usually the rural or maybe whoever, the semi-urban or urban, whoever, right, they take very small amounts as loans. So the microfinance institutions actually give them such kind of a small amount of loans. The micro, the term itself is giving the meaning of this one, right? The credit extended is micro, small. So they are provided in varying contexts, either to individual or sometimes the microfinance is given to groups also, and from individual to a small enterprise support, and even they give to various enterprises also, this microfinance. I think yesterday finance minister Nirmala Sitharaman, she has come and given various schemes for these MSMEs, micro, small and medium enterprises, and she has changed the definitions of micro, medium, and small enterprises also. Okay. So earlier the amounts were different, and now she has changed like up to what amount it is called as micro, up to 1 crore now, according to the new definition. Up to 1 crore, the enterprises are called as micro, right? So this microfinance is sometimes is also given to individuals and groups and to various micro or small enterprises even. So who provides this microfinance, right? Who provides this microfinance? Usually there are many financial institutions are there, and some non-governmental organizations are there, those who provide these credits, and there are some credit unions are there, and there are some non-banking financial intermediaries are there. There are some commercial banks are also offering microfinance loans or microfinance credits. So like that, there are many microfinance providers are there, usually called as MFIs, microfinance institutions. So next I will be talking about NGOs are the intermediaries, or who provides this credits to the rural people. Non-government organizations in India also, there are many non-governmental organizations who are providing this small amounts of finance support to the rural people for the rural development, along with the company's benefits also. So government non-governmental organizations. So what are the non-governmental organizations that are providing credits? I hope you have heard about NABARD. I think I did not mention it here, but NABARD is one. NABARD is one non-governmental organization which is actually providing the loans. NABARD is, what is NABARD? You did not heard this? Today also Nirmala Sitharaman, she has come and said like 30,000 of crores will be provided to the rural people through this NABARD. I'll show you this news if possible. I think I have it with me, right? See about Kishan credit cards and see NABARD. So emergency capital fund, right, of 30,000 crores will be provided through NABARD. So this is especially for post harvesting investments, or maybe for preparation investments for the next season of crops. So whatever, but about 30,000 crores are released by the central government through NABARD. Right? So about 3 crores of farmers are going to benefit with this scheme. I hope now it is clear, right? Like example is NABARD for this, which the government actually providing through NABARD, and many times you have heard this also, like NABARD funds are released, such kind of things. And Kisan credit cards. The thing is, nowadays everything we are having live examples for many of the things. So similarly, Kisan credit cards also. Actually, the Kisan credit cards are given to farmers in order to provide adequate and timely support from the banking sector. So similarly, today also some amount was actually released by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. One second. So I'll show you this today's news about Kisan credit cards, again by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, under the scheme of about 20 lakhs of crores they are providing as liquidity into the market, right? So under this scheme, he has announced 2 lakh crore loan through Kisan credit cards. Nirmala Sitharaman, the finance minister, said, right, through Kisan credit cards they are providing 2 lakh crores as loan. So you can understand what is the role of Kisan credit cards. So what is this? 2 lakh crore concessional credit boost to 2.5 crore marginal farmers through Kisan credit card. And even actually in the earlier actually Kisan credits were only given to the farmers, but now she has also announced the Kisan credit cards will also be provided to fishermen and animal husbandry farmers also. Recently, in the today she has announced that, right? They are including these also as farmers, and they are providing these Kisan credit cards to about 2.5 crore farmers. Earlier, Kisan credits were there, Kisan credit cards were there, but for few farmers the Kisan credits were not available. Even in Telangana also, the Kisan credits were not available, but they are providing to farmers, those who are not having the Kisan credit cards also. About 2.5 crore farmers can avail this. So this is about NABARD, as I told you, like 30,000 crores additional emergency working capital funding through NABARD that will benefit about 3 crore marginal farmers, right? So this is how they are important, these Kisan credit cards and NABARD. And various banks and their strategies. If you observe, what are the banks that they are following what kind of strategies for availing these credit services to the rural people. Traditionally, short-term loans about ranging from 50,000 to 1 lakh have worked in rural areas. So most farmers avail small loans to set up small-scale industries targeting exports or interstate trade. Not only the agriculture, but apart from agriculture, like poultry and agricultural allied industries or allied areas also contributing about agricultural lending and have grown its scale also in the recent days. Term loans for crops are also popular. Various banks are providing term loans to the rural people, right? So they are using it as a strategy. Sorry. Nowadays, we know this word, this term, very popular in our state also, because term loans or crop loans, short-term loans like crop loans are usually you know nowadays also, like the Telangana CM KCR has announced about 2,000 crores, if I'm right, 2,000 crores in order to cancellation of these crop loans, short-term loans which are provided to various farmers. Below 25,000 loans will be cancelled at one time, and those who have up to 1 lakh also will be cancelled. But however, these crop loans or short-term loans are popular in rural areas. Why and even term loans? Why do these term loans are taken? These term loans are usually taken into account a crop's entire life cycle and provide for working capital, harvest capital, and some cash even during off-season periods to help the farmers to continue with their livelihood, right? So in all the time, in all the life cycle of agricultural crops, these term loans will be provided by the various banks. And few banks tie up with some other companies also sometimes. Many banks have tie-ups with companies like TAFE, Eicher, and many other you know automobile companies to provide loans or credits to the rural people. When do they buy these? You know about this, right? When we purchase even bikes and even cars, also loans will be given by various banks, because the banks has actually have tie up with these companies, like even Maruti Suzuki and even Bajaj bikes also. So such kind of loans will be given, especially why we are talking about this stuff, Eicher, you know because these are tractors are used for agricultural works in rural areas. So that is why such kind of tie-ups will also provide credits to the rural people. And sometimes credits will be given through SHGs, self-help groups, right? I think with few days back, again, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has announced about 1.7 lakh crores, if you remember, about what was the name? I think Garib Kalyan Yojana. Under that scheme, about 7 lakh crores was given to various few people, right? Out of that, SHGs is also one way of distributing that 1.7 lakhs crores. Self-help groups avail a loan of 5,000 each, 50,000 to a group of 10 members was provided under that scheme. Right? And they have to pay back it, but however, the interest rate will be very very less, or sometimes zero. Right? However, but that will be very beneficial to the self-help groups, those who are actually working, right, for the and improving their lifestyle. For them, the central government also avails such credits. So these are the various strategies used for availing this credit. Clear about credit services. What are the credit needs? What is the payment behavior of rural people? And what are the credit instruments? These are the credit instruments. And what are the bank strategies? Actually, what are the bank strategies? So these are the strategies. The credits will be provided through short-term loans and through term loans, and even by tying up with various banks, and providing loans through self-help groups, right? And let's go to the next service, that is insurance services. What are the various insurance services are there? So before talking about types of insurance, nowadays insurance is very common for all the human beings, and even for various products, like even for crops, right? So the insurance become very popular, and in rural villages, and every almost more than 60% of people have insurances for their lives. And especially in Telangana, to all the farmers, the government itself provided the insurance, that is the life insurance of 5 lakh rupees. You know very well about that, right? So finally the insurance reached to every door of rural area. So that is why we are talking especially about marketing of insurance services. So let us come to types of insurance. What are the types of insurances? Life insurance, health insurance, and there are many non-life insurances also. Apart from life and health insurances, there are many things, right? Life insurance, as you know, like if any time death happens, so some amount based on the premium paid by the person will be provided to the person. Life insurance usually is given to individuals or a family also, sometimes from children to old age person, but the premium varies with the age, however, that is different, but usually that is life insurance. Insurance for life, if anything happens to the life, that means if whatever, if other than committing to suicide, most of the firms do not accept that suicide, but other than suicide, whatever the case of happening this death, usually the fixed amount will be given to the customer. So that is life insurance. And health insurance, if you pay the amount certain as a certain premium, as if you paid, so you'll get in emergency, like if any accident happens, or maybe some kind of illness happens, some kind of sick happens to the person who paid this premiums, will have the facilities of hospitalization at free of cost, including the treatment, and depending on the scheme, even the hospitalization charges, like room charges and all the things, whatever happens, whatever from single rupee will be paid by the insurance company, that is health insurance, right? And non-life insurances, there are many other non-life insurances also, like house insurance is there, the insurance which is for house. If any fire happens in the house, this kind of cases, uh, the maturity fund will be provided. And properties also can be insured. And even various vehicles like bikes, even cars, like various vehicles can also be insured. And nowadays many things can be insured, like crop insurance for crops is also mandatory in the recent days in Telangana also. At the time, when do they pay this crop amount? Usually the banks take this crop insurance also in addition to that loan amount. So that is how some non-life insurances are also there. Like, what are the types of insurance? Life insurance, health insurance, and non-life insurances. Like accidental insurance is also even to the human being, apart from the life, or apart from the happening of death, apart from the happening of sickness. Sometimes he may get met with an accident. So at that time, if he wants to be benefited, he may pay this accidental insurance also. Such kind of different types of insurances are there, right? And who are the major players in this insurance industry? The very popular is LIC. There are many schemes which are popular in LIC also, and there are many LIC agents are there across India. Life Insurance Corporation of India, right? Usually it's the government firm. Still today also it remains the largest life insurance company. Even though there are many companies, LIC holds the largest share in this industry. And ICICI Prudential Life Insurance is also one of the popular service provider of this insurance. And SBI Life Insurance is there, Bajaj Allianz Life Insurance is there, HDFC Life Insurance is there, Reliance Life Insurance is there, and many other life insurance companies are there actually, who are playing a major role in this life insurance industry, right? So the types of insurance and the major players in life insurance, or sorry, insurance industry, not only life but whatever the kind of industry. What are the marketing strategies are followed by various life insurance companies? The strategy is to focus on rural sector, right? So because nowadays the rural people are day by day are improved with their affordability. Their affordability is getting increased, and they are even, the rural people are more future oriented. They want their future to be safe. So that is why many of the insurance companies are focusing on rural areas especially. And even IRDA issued certain obligations to insurers that they need to fulfill to safeguard the interests of the rural and social sector. What is IRDA? IRDA is Insurance Regulation and Authority of India. So it gives certain guidelines to the insurance industries companies. So ICICI Prudential Insurance Company, and there are many companies who are actually focusing on this rural sector. And another strategy is combo packs. So usually the insurance companies are providing many advantages with a single scheme. So they are providing health insurance life insurance for one person, and even health insurance for many companies. Sorry, to family members also. Usually, many companies are offering, for example, software companies. Many software companies are offering their employees with various combo packs of insurance. So usually, there will be some levels of covering of these insurances to the employee. Maybe it will be, for example, I am telling you, for employee, full coverage like even health, accidental, and even life insurances will be covered, and to the family members, maybe only health insurance will be covered, and to the children, parents, some other kinds of insurance coverage will be there. So like that, combo packs will be given by various companies. And grassroots level distribution level of distribution, right? Usually the companies, what they are doing is they are trying to reach to every door of rural villages. Rural and social sector policies are sold through a multi-channel approach, including hiring agents from rural people or villages. They hire the agents from villages usually, and they may tie up with various banks. They may tie up with various organizational government, non-governmental organizations like NGOs, and they may tie up with various microfinance institutions, MFIs. So, in order to reach to the grassroots uh, level of distribution, so that is one strategy. And touching promotions, uh, getting the people aware about the schemes. You might have seen various advertisements provided by LIC. LIC is popular insurance provider company or institution, and they actually depend on advertising more, and they spend a lot of amount for advertising, right? Not only advertising, but also like by providing some promotional activities also. That by using some promotional activities also, usually they focus on promoting their schemes, LIC, G1, Bhima, and many more kinds of schemes will be promoted by LIC. And even nowadays, even Max life insurance is there, and Reliance life insurance popular, they do promotion, right? So by this promotional strategy also, they are trying to reach to the rural people. Tie up for distribution, as we have discussed, if you want to buy a vehicle, usually they have tie-ups with vehicle insurance will be there. And nowadays even e marketing is also there in this insurance service. Every firm has e-marketing, and even some companies especially are dealing with all these firms who like for only for selling. For example, Policy Bazaar is there, which sells the products of all these insurance companies. You can compare all the schemes and you may choose anyone. So like that, many e-marketing companies are also there. So this is about insurance company. I hope it is clear, right? Marketing of cellular services. I don't want to go in depth about this one because you know very well, right? Cellular services. Who are the major players in cellular services? Forget about this one. Forget about this one. But let us discuss about who are the major players. BSNL. Network providers. Who are the network providers? BSNL, Airtel, Idea, and very major role played by Reliance Jio nowadays, right? So You know all these things from actually it was started with BSNL and many more companies entered after Airtel and Idea and like Aircel, Virgin, Hutch, Vodafone. Too many companies actually existed and exited from the market, right? So, but it is also a big industry because nowadays all the people. It is a very big market. Reliance Jio, Facebook invested 40,000 crores in Reliance Jio recently. 40,000 crores. So I just understand like how much you know big industry is this in service sector, right? This cellular or network provider industry. So they are also focusing on grassroots level distribution, and they are also touching promotions, right? So they are tying up for distribution also with the various like TTH providers. Actually, the same companies are having a number of other networks also. For example, Tata. Actually, Tata had a Tata. I mean, Docomo, if you remember, and Tata Telecom is there, and even Tata Sky DTH provider is there. So they may share their distribution to reach the rural people efficiently. And be prepared uh, if you are asked to write about healthcare services also in India, because you know very well, right?